Hello, welcome to sketchadaylive, Sci-Fi Sunday. What is up? Hope you're ready to draw. I am ready-ish. It's been a rough day, man. I don't know what it is about ages 9 and 7, but my kids, man, whew, they're like best friends and worst enemies. So it's been a bit of an intense day. We're gonna draw. Welcome Annette and Svetlana and Art. Thanks for joining again. If you guys are new on the Instagram, never seen this before, we are also live on YouTube at youtube.com/sketchaday.com. So that's where I'll be answering questions for the most part. So if you want to post a question, you need to be there. And the theme is sci-fi, so that's what I'll be doing today. Sci-Fi Sunday. I'm going to kick things off with a warm-up. Of course, straight lines as always. Just to kick things off, I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you had a good weekend. I was just up in the mountains today, where I live. I live in Utah, by the way, for those who do not know that. It is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's nice to get out, walk around, see some animals, things that could kill you, you know. It was good. It was good. I'm not much of a hiker, so we just went up to... I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not much of a hiker, but I'm not an enthusiast in the sense that some of my friends are enthusiasts. So we just did a nice light hike, got some fresh air. Tried not to have my children kill each other. It was great. It's a good time. Today's beverage is Buffalo Trace bourbon. That's on tap. Not tap, but you know. You know what I mean. As always, thanks for the support and hanging out. Yeah, I mean, I went up there. It was actually crazy. I don't know where you guys stand on the whole mask thing or not, but no judgment. I do feel like it's time for some natural selection. You know, it's like the CDC, WHO, they've said what they've got to say. It's like, all right, now you have the power. Knowledge is power. Everybody go do what you're going to do. But I went up there. No one was wearing masks. Me and my children were wearing masks. So at least I felt like I was somewhat shielded. Or maybe not. You know, again, it depends on what you think. I certainly don't have a Nate says my favorite bourbon. It is pretty good. I've never actually had it before. This week I decided to try a new thing. Also picked up some Yamazaki 12. Some more. Alright, let's do some ellipses here. Anyhow. So yeah, what an interesting time we live in. I even ordered something on Amazon, and because it was shipped with the USPS, it was delayed, unfortunately. For those in the United States, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Alright, let's get some ellipses here. Last time I started sketching a motorcycle, but I ran out of time, so I think I'll do a motorcycle, maybe something electric since this is Sci-Fi Sunday, or we could do some sort of hover cycle. You guys let me know. Robots, spaceships, always an option. Some other vehicle. Totally happy to do that. I want to do 2 to 3 sketches today. Keep it short and tight. Appreciate you taking time from your Sunday to join. What's up, Tom? Sunday or Monday, depending on when you're watching, really. What's up, everybody? Again, we're live on YouTube, so if you want to come say hi there, that's where I'm at. Maybe I'll do a car, just some sort of futuristic car thing to start. I'm just going to start with a silhouette here. Just keep working it. See what we end up with. Maybe something Blade Runner-esque. Maybe not a full spinner, as you would find in Blade Runner, but just warm up with some quick quickie thingy here. Yeah, so maybe we have wheels toward the back. Something a little cyberpunk to kick things off. Anyhow, let me know how you guys are doing. If you have any questions, as always, I just like to draw and talk. So if you have something specific that's just searing in your mind, let me know. I'd be happy to answer that. This line is really bugging me, so I'm gonna modify that here. Maybe bring this back. I just watched a dumb movie on Netflix. Man, Netflix has like a killer opportunity to try and create some content. I don't know what it is. It's like they're landing big name celebrities, but for whatever reason, I feel like it's kind of interesting. I feel like they just can't land that plane for whatever reason. So it was Project Power with Jamie Foxx and that other dude, I forgot his name. Was it something Henry? Anyhow, it was alright, but I just feel like it was kind of a missed opportunity. So I wish they'd just get it together. They've got the names, they've got the artists. It also got me thinking about what actually makes a good movie. Like, what do you guys think makes a good movie for you? What makes good art? What makes good anything? I don't know, because they had all the right pieces, but for whatever reason they just couldn't get it together. Kind of disappointing. So maybe throw some cables on this guy. Now I'll do the motorcycle next, and then something else here. If it's your first time joining on the YouTube, welcome. Happy to have you here. As I always say, if you hate the stream, like it, subscribe anyways, because then you'll know, your phone will go off, you'll be like, let's go, game time to hate, and then you can like just show up and do your thing. If you love it, even better, because then you'll know when to watch. So that's what I recommend. Turn on those alerts so you know when it's go time, people. Alright, Tom says he's just good, just chilling, drinking some tea. Is there like a specific... Ooh, a microscope sketch. That could be interesting. Svetlana and Art, you always have good ideas. Always. Yeah, I don't know where this is going, but I kind of like it. This little sketch here. Maybe it does have wheels after all. You kind of see a little peek of the wheel. Right there. I think I might do a side view too. Just so we have that reference. Anyhow, yeah, so YouTube's where I'm answering questions, if you have them, taking requests, that kind of thing. But my plan today is to do that bike sketch I started. I had to run last time. Kid stuff. They're just at that age where they're like best friends and worst enemies at the same time. So it's been a little stressful. We're adjusting after a summer apart. But here we are, back at it. If any of you are parents, or if you grew up with siblings, you'll know what I mean. They like love the hell out of each other, but man, some days I'm just like, come on, people, come on. Oh, you have a microscope? I need to know something about that. Maybe you can send me some information, Svetlana. My oldest child wants to get a microscope. I don't know much about them, but I would appreciate the info. Whatever you have, for sure. So yeah, maybe I'll just do some quick side view here. Just to finish out the page, complete things. It's a little bit Back to the Future-esque with these little modules on the back, cables and whatnot. I'm not going to try and copy the same cable routing because that's going to take time and I'm impatient. So, but I'll throw some lines on here. I know someone's going to call me out on it though and be like, those two sketches aren't exactly the same. Goodness. Alright. I'll try not to be salty today. I was a little salty last stream. My apologies. But it was a rough day. Anyhow. I'm good. We're good. And hopefully you're good too. Alright. So Sci-Fi Sunday. Here's our little concept here. Alright. We draw a nice shadow across. This is just regular printer paper, by the way. So I'm not really doing anything special here. 11 hook Microsoft. Okay. 11 hook microscope, I mean. Alright. I am putting that in a browser window. I am not allowed to be salty, says Latrice. It's sketch a day, not sketch the same. What do you mean? Tell me more. Are you complaining about my car, Lynette? That's okay. It's a fair complaint. And welcome criticism. Totally fine. So because I'm using printer paper, I really don't want to use my nice markers, but I do like using chart packs on printer paper. They're just so juicy and cheap enough, I should say. What's up, Momink? Hello, welcome to the stream. Also, a special shout out to Luke. Last stream, he contributed, donated. I've got sketches for him as well. Shout out to all the patrons if you're interested. Patreon.com/sketchaday. It's where you want to be. Alright, so last time I know there were requests for me to show some real projects, real things I've worked on. I still have not prepared that. I just need to check my notes. I've been furiously editing. This is actually incorrect geometry right here. This should actually come down like that, but I'll go ahead and fix it. Yeah, I've been getting my website ready, just portfolio stuff that I'm going to be showing off. So that'll be launching soon. So I've been editing photos and all of that's been taking up my time. So that's what I've been doing. Oh, how the sketches don't look the same. That makes sense, Lynette. It's okay if you're complaining that I draw the same stuff too. I do get a lot of requests for cars and vehicles, and you know, I'm not sure if it's just a factor of it being hard to find the content, but a lot of the requests too are things that I've done in the past, which is always a little bit like, really? Did you search? Did you search for anything? So yeah, if you're new, say hi. If you're old, say hi. It's all good. We're just chilling. Not grilling, but we're chilling. I mean, truthfully, if I cared a little bit more, I could make these look approximately the same, but just a quick concept vehicle sketch here. Why is my... Okay, hold on, please. Oh, someone tweeted on the tweet. You could always criticize. Criticism, there's a way to do it. And I'm not above criticism. There's a way to do it, though, I think. What can be frustrating is if someone says something but they have nothing productive to offer. But if you have like something productive to offer, then yeah. And that can come by either way of example or exposition. So you know, sharing a bit of like, hey, this sketch might be better if you tried XYZ, or have you seen, Tom's actually done this for me, and I don't think it was a criticism per se, but it's like, hey, have you ever tried drawing a car without lions? And I was like, no, I haven't, but that's interesting, maybe I will. I still haven't, but I do like lions personally. Anyhow, there's ways to do it, and I don't take it personally. I used to when I like started online. I used to take it way more seriously and personally, but now not so much. Okay, 11 hook D742 would be the best for educational, stereoscopic, and digital camera. Oh, okay, good to know. I appreciate that. What's up, Alden? Alden Chisholm of the Chisholm clan. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Imagine if that's how we like still introduced ourselves. I'm Spencer from the Nugent clan, where you like go to war over everything. Wouldn't that be just crazy? It'd be kind of nuts. It'd certainly make for exciting things in life, but it would be kind of nuts. Alright, I'm going to wrap up this quick paper sketch here. Maybe I'll just keep going with printer paper today, because whatever, keep it nice and simple. Alright, so there's our first sketch. I'll go ahead and sign this one. Svetlana and Art, I do have your sketches. I'll be mailing them out. I hope you get them. But I will be sending all that out. Alright, I think for the bike, last time what I did is I did like a rough sketch and then did the final sketch. Or I could do that, or I could just do gray marker. Yeah, let's do gray marker. Or just go for it. Maybe we'll just go for it. Let's go for it. So some sort of bike-like thing. I actually don't ride bikes. In the interest of self-preservation. they're kind of like death machines, man. I know some of you won't agree, but for real, on the real, they're kind of dangerous. I ain't trying to die today. Got two little dudes that need me. Alright, so maybe I'll start with that. Hello, Brett. Brett Chapman has joined. Vixter, hello, as well. Does this technically make it Liquid Sunday? Liquid Sci-Fi Sunday? Alright, maybe we'll start with something like... I feel like with me and bikes, I'll do another sketch of this because I need to pull this wheel out. Just down. I have a tendency to just want to tuck things in. I don't know why, but that's just my tendency. So let's go ahead and do a better mapping of this, and then I'll commit to the final sketch. Alright. Something like that. Swing arm. But I'm gonna go with, I think, yeah, that looks pretty good. In my head. In my head that looks good, so I'm gonna roll with it. Make some changes where I need to. And I like that I like this shape that's kind of happening here. And then maybe this line kind of defines the design. Kind of like that. And then maybe we can have the light kind of punch through. And I mean, if we want to cyberpunkify this, you just have a little visor there. We can have our cables and whatnot on the side. I'm gonna go with just a simple like electric type looking thing, just because I don't consider myself knowledgeable enough to do traditional combustion engine, at least speak to the parts without looking at another bike. So I'm just gonna put some stuff in there. We'll do an overlay of this guy and go from there. All right. So when in doubt, rough it out, just like the sticker says. There we go. When in doubt, rough it out. Brett, it's interesting you call out the bike. One of the coolest things... Oh, no. It wasn't in that Netflix movie. I almost misquoted. I also watched Hobbs and Shaw. This weekend. Finally. I've never seen it before. And that was interesting. Actually, I think I'm going to bring this forward and then down. We'll make this kind of an interesting bike. But we'll still have this shape, right? Anyhow, I watched Hobbs and Shaw. And in that movie, they have an interesting bike for the bad guy. I'm trying to remember his name. Was it Deckard? No, it was Brixton. That was played by heartthrob Idris Elba. Seems like a cool dude. Anyhow, so I can kind of use my under sketch here if I were to kind of take this as an educational opportunity. Use my under sketch and then modify if I need to. So just even tweaking the design just a little bit here. I'm using a Papermate Flare, for those wondering what I'm using. We're just free balling it today, freestyling. So that's what's happening. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I kind of like this whole swing arm thing we've got going on. It feels right, even if implausible. But it is Sci-Fi Sunday, so why not? Why not just make something cool? Anyhow, that bike. So the two coolest bikes I've seen in movies, I would have to say, are from that Fast and the Furious movie. Hobbs and Shaw. And then Terminator, not Genesis. Shoot. I forgot the other. With the motorcycle Terminators. Those are pretty cool. I liked those. If you guys remember the name, it's not Salvation. But those were pretty awesome. Just put some quick treads here. I'll throw on some marker. And then I'm going to do one last sketch. So give me an idea, suggestion, something you want to see that is sci-fi related. And I will try and work that in to the show here. Again, thanks for watching. Much appreciated. Alright, I'm going to check the chat. I've had my head down for a minute, so let's see. Holy cow, Latrice. You broke your jaw on your elbow riding a bike, like a motorcycle or a bicycle? I had a very bad bicycle accident a long time ago, so I've kind of been shy about even riding a bicycle. But I don't know, something inside you changes when you have kids and you realize you can't take the same, or I can't take the same risks that I used to take. Something inside you kind of changes, so. Alright, quick reminder for the Instagram gang. If you want to leave a comment, participate. YouTube's actually where you want to be. That's where I'm paying attention. Okay? I still love you. Still appreciate you watching, but it's just a little easier to pay attention to one thing than two or even three. Although I am trying to figure out if there's a way. I know there's a way, I just need to sign up and give it a shot. To like stream to YouTube and Facebook all at the same time. Yeah, let's make this kind of cyberpunkish. We'll just have some little modifier thing here, throw in some cables. Some little patch cables. Whoever rides this motorcycle is super into mods, for example. Just modifying everything. Sometimes in a sketch where I know there's complexity and I don't want to necessarily show it, you can just kind of throw in some hatching. right? Sometimes you can just throw in some hatching. Especially if it's like a darker area on the inside. Something you can do. On the inside of my fork here, I'll hatch as well. Alright. I don't think it was Salvation. The Tron Legacy bikes are cool, but they're not like... They're digital bikes, you know? Alden, that's funny. Yeah, they're like digital bikes. I don't feel like they're real. Like, they'd only exist if you could go inside of a computer. Alright. Open Q&A. You guys ask me any questions you want about life, the universe, myself. I'll do my best to answer them. I enjoy the questions, so thank you. I know Tom's asked in the past. We've had a few others. I forget the names. I remember Tom mostly because he is a patron, so easy to remember. But yeah, if you have any questions, hit me up. For sure. Be sure to join the Discord. I'm trying to post like a question of the day just to kick things off. The other day I asked about what are your most challenging things you face when it comes to drawing. Another question I've asked is, what's a creative accomplishment that you're proud of? That you're most proud of, perhaps? Maybe I'll ask, what's the meaning of life next? We'll see. Alright, let's just keep going here. I know I say don't draw with your wrist, but in this case, just a little easier to embiggen. It's not a real word, by the way. Thicken up these lines if I just kind of swing with my wrist. So that's what I'm doing right there. Let's give these spokes some thickness, maybe a little shadow here and there. Make sure we at least have something reminiscent of a hub. You know, it's interesting. I always feel better when I draw. I was a little hesitant coming on today just because it's been a rough week, man. But I definitely feel better every single time. So thank you for being here and being a part of the stream, being a part of all this. Spacecraft inspired by a car brand. That would be interesting. A bicycle. We did have a request for a microscope from Svetlana Art. I may save that for a more product-focused stream. I may. Spaceship inspired by a car sounds interesting. Sounds really interesting. Maybe there's some central element here that connects to the frame, but this is like an air gap that you can see. I don't know if that makes sense. Right in there. So we're not really using the underlay at this point. Like, the underlay was there to just kind of establish and set up the perspective. My swing arm's a little bit off, I can tell. So I'm gonna redo my ellipse here. We'll make it work. Make it work, designers! Project Runway. Hey, I haven't watched that show in forever. I used to be like addicted to Top Chef and Project Runway. Those were my shows. Also, Hell's Kitchen was a guilty pleasure. Absolutely. So right now this looks a little messy back here, but we can rescue some of it using line weight, light shading, things like that. I need to work on a new batch of stickers. I have some more Black Rossisms to share with you. For example, there's always a fix. Unless you die, but there's always a fix. Just a good thing to keep in mind as you're drawing. I think. It's always a fix. Let's see. T800. I wanted to rewind forward. Oh. How convenient. We were talking about Terminator. Okay, T800. Here's... This is where we actually started the stream. I did this kind of funky car and then did these cables and stuff. So I'm just doing a bike now. Because we had a request on the last stream for a bike. Welcome if it's your first time. Please subscribe. Turn them on. Those alerts. Anyhow, I was saying how convenient because we were talking about Terminator right before you showed up. Are you here to find John and Sarah Connor by chance? Part of me wonders if, like, on the live streams, I don't know that this is true, but part of me wonders if, like, the algorithm that Google's built actively scours the words I'm saying. So if I just kept saying industrial design over and over on the stream, for example, would that bring in people who are industrial designers? I don't know. If you found me randomly, I am curious, though, how that happened. I guess I'll just go with all pen on this one. Just a little bit of cross hatching and then some short hatching here to give some depth to all this. I'm gonna have to use a different pen to further pull out some of what's happening here. Lynette says, it's a question. What's a question? Why is my stream struggling? If it does cut out, let me know. My kids are watching something, so no promises as to the quality. Alright, let's go here. So what car brand is the question? What car brand? If we were going to do a spaceship, what car brand should it be? How are we on time? Yeah, I've got time for one, maybe two. If I have time for two, I'll do the microscope. But the car brand Spaceship sounds interesting to me. So, should I do a Lada? Svetlana? Do you guys even know what Ladas are? Ladas are like the coolest cars, I think. Some of the coolest cars. Because they're just so unapologetically themselves. I think... At least the Ladas I grew up with, I just have a certain image in my head of what those are. For those who don't know, I grew up on the island of Jamaica. And for some reason we had tons of Ladas there. Lada. It's a Russian car brand. But we had tons of them. I think my parents even owned one at some point. Oh, Lynette asked a question. Let's see. If blended fruit is a smoothie, does that mean ketchup? Ooh, yes, you are right. That's assuming tomato is a fruit. Is tomato a fruit or vegetable? If tomato is a fruit, then you are absolutely correct. Although you can put vegetables in smoothies. You can make a kale smoothie. No one's like, it's not a kale smoothie, it's an orange smoothie with kale. They say it's a kale smoothie. So yeah, I think you are correct. Ketchup is indeed tomato smoothie that we put onto meats and other things, other treats. That is correct. Absolutely. Alright, I'm not putting a human in this sketch, so I'll just do a background here. And let's break out the fatty, Mr. Big Boy. This is a big this is a big marker. I almost swore. I'm trying not to swear. This is a big marker. Look at that compared to the Paper Made Flare. It's huge. It's not the size of the marker that matters, though. It's how you use it. That's probably the most risque I'll get on Sketch a Day, by the way. Oh, goodness. I love you guys. Alright. I don't even... Oh, no, I do remember where I bought this marker, but I feel like I need more of them in my life. Chunky. I'm gonna just make this wheel black. Maybe blend it into the shadow here a bit. There. That feels better. And then tomato, a fruit. I think tomato is a vegetable. I love tomatoes. Actually, for lunch today I had a tomato pita with hummus, or hummus, depending on where you're from. That's what I had for lunch. Oops, wrong way there. Very delicious. I have tomato plants that I've been growing as well. Yeah, it looks like my stream is struggling a little bit. Let me know if it's dropping out. It doesn't seem to be dropping out, but if it's getting choppy and freezing, just let me know, okay? And I will put on the smackdown on those little dudes. I won't, but you know what I mean. Alright, so that's just on bond paper, printer paper without any marker or anything. I did have the underlay just as a general guide, but you see how different this is from how different, or how this is, right? Some weird things about it. My ellipse on the back here. If I really wanted to, I could break out the ellipse guides for you. I could fix some of this. But I'll just freehand it. It's always fun when you do a... Disclaimer, this is not salty, this is just funny. When you do a sketch and then you post it, and then someone's like, that ellipse is off. You're like, oh, thank you. Alright, so let's do a spaceship. We didn't get any car brands though, so I'm going to run with... Yeah, I didn't get any car brands, so I'm going to run with a Lada. I don't currently have the capability to show you, because I left my laptop, show you what those look like, but feel free to look it up. LADA. It's a Russian brand. I'm going to pull one up on my screen here. Just a plug and call out here. If you are curious about what I use, you can check out that link. I will pin that in the chat. Also, if you want to become a Patreon, that is, or Patreon, sorry, Patron. I think the whiskey is finally kicking in. There's also patreon.com/sketchday. Of course you'd say Audi. Of course. But I'm going to do a lot of. Alright, so that was our first sketch today. Here's our second. Let's do a spaceship inspired by a Lada. Does that link even work? I wonder if that works. No, I think you have to like copy it. Let's see if I can do it this way. Yes. What is happening? Patreon.com sketchaday. Alright, that should work. It says that no viewers are on my stream right now, but let's see. I hope that's not the case. Alright, spaceship inspired by Lada. I need to see what the new Ladas look like. I don't know what the new Ladas look like. What do they look like? Let's see here. Alright, it kind of look Land Rover-ish. Oh wow, that's an interesting concept, Lada. They've come a long way. Very long way. I'm gonna do old school Lada though. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I think they took a lot of cues from at least. Let's see if this image link. I'll just post a link to the Wikipedia page. For those that are curious and want to look up what a Lada is, there you go. So I'm thinking something funky and chunky, you know, maybe like a something funky, like a freighter of some sort. You know, it's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna put a bunch of shapes together, and then we'll turn it into some sort of ship. And if we need to start over, we will, but I don't anticipate starting over. Yeah, I think I'll be okay here. But I am going to keep it kind of cyberpunk. So I'm going to have these cables and things kind of running here, routing. Trying to decide if this thing should be like parked and landed or just floating in space. That's what I'm trying to decide right now. I don't know yet. We'll see. Alright, back to the chat. How are you doing, Bradley? Hello? Does this count as a Red Lada 2109? Should be the best for a spaceship. Let's see. You probably think I'm weird that I love Ladas, but I do. Oh, yes! That is cool. I wonder if I can work in some of the... I think I can. I think the headlights, I can work in something here on these angled portions. And then let's see if I can, oh yeah, I can work in a little bit of the grill, how it like angles up. Ooh, pardon me, just had to sneeze there, guys. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do some louvers. Are you saying you want the spaceship to be red too? But yeah, I can put these louvers in. Like so. Feels right. This Lada is actually pretty cool. It has these like kind of panels, or sorry, these lines on the panels that I think are pretty cool. So I'm just trying to mimic that right here in this area. Alright, so this is maybe more of a freighter style ship. Something that's a little heavier of a spaceship. I mean, I could make it so it's like landed. That might actually be cool. So it's like on the ground. Skids are out. Sun's out, skids out. If that's the case though, maybe this booster... I'm not going to do that. But maybe we have some landing gear that comes out this way and then down. But it also folds up. So I'll have that kind of attached to the side here. Again, we're just freestyling and riffing here. No underlay, just going for it. Alright, just pulling some elements from this Lada. I can't post images in the chat here, but I can post a link. So let me find this red Lada Samara. Here's a Pinterest link for you if you guys want to click on this. The flying car. The first sketch was not a flying car, Bradley. I mean, you could eliminate these and it would be flying, but it had these little wheels that I was suggesting were kind of buried back here. You know, maybe there's a access panel of some sort, but yeah. Design Education says, the details, that's 3 S's. I don't know what that means, but it sounds serious. So let me know what you mean. Okay, so here's our little spaceship. Maybe it's landed on some planet or something. I don't know. I'll figure this vignette out eventually. Got our little booster tank here. Let's get some panels on. All right, keep cyberpunkifying it, or not cyberpunk, but is that what it is? Yeah, cyberpunk. I was thinking steampunk, but this is most definitely not a steampunk treatment. Most definitely not. I mean, if this were to be more inspired by the Lada, I guess I could angle this back here just a bit more. In terms of the form and shape, it does make a departure if you were to look at that vehicle. But I'm just more trying to pick up on some stylistic things, more so than a literal interpretation. So I hope that's okay. little hatching here just for some caution stripes. All right. Lada Niva 4x4. Yeah, I need to check those out. I am serious about visiting Russia one day, by the way. So I hope we stay in touch, Svetlana Art. Anyone else who might be watching, who lives there. I've just always had a fascination with the country, people, culture. So I think it'd be fun to visit when the world is a more rational and calm place. So I don't know what's happening right now. All right. Lada Niva 4x4. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Lada Niva 4x4. Oh yeah, it reminds me of a Bronco a little bit. Yeah, that's a beautiful vehicle. It reminds me of a Lada. I love the simplicity of the exterior. I mean, maybe this spaceship is more of a Lada Niva type ship. I don't know, but I do like that. It's pretty cool. As a designer, it's interesting sometimes how. And this is kind of what I'm talking. So I made a statement a while back that I felt like the Dieter Rams principles, 10 principles of good design, were coming from a homogenous place of privilege, essentially, and that oftentimes what is regarded as good design comes from a narrow-minded view of Anglo-Saxon mindset, right? But here's an example, I think, and clearly it's inspired by other things, but it's also good. And I love that there's another take on something like the SUV, and it looks pretty cool. It has its own aesthetic. I think that's pretty rad. Oh wow, I was streaming on LTE the whole time. I had no idea. Good thing I have unlimited data. Anyhow, I think there's like good design in all cultures and all places, and we should like celebrate those things and recognize them for what they are. So props to the Top Gear crew for being impressed with the Lada Niva. I like the look. I think it's cool. But like I said, I can tell where some of that inspiration may have come from. Bradley's asking, do I paint as well? Sometimes. Right now I've been trying to work on my photography skills a bit, so I haven't been painting as much, but I do paint. I like watercolors. And since I'm not equipped to do a lot of this, I do occasionally, I do digital oil. Digital oil paint using Adobe Fresco. Would you guys be interested in something like a still life painting? Like if I were to just kind of paint something from real life and just hang out and chat? I've done it before on my Adobe streams. I'm just wondering if that's something you'd like to see, or if you just like the product style, lines and whatnot. Let me know. So yeah, just a quick sketch here using my pens. No marker yet. I think I'll add just a little marker to this spaceship. So let's go. So this is just a chart pack, basic grade 1, I believe. Sometimes I do this before the sketch, sometimes after, just to, what's this, basic grade 1, yeah. Sometimes after, just to help add depth where I need it. But again, I tend to think of myself as more of a line artist, so I like to let the lines do the work. So anyhow, back to that principles of design thing. Like, good design is often regarded as, I think Americans have kind of usurped that whole position from Europeans in some ways, but it's something that I think, historically speaking, has been shepherded, controlled by exclusive clubs. But that recognition deserves to be spread around. But that's just my opinion. You can take it or leave it. You can take it or leave it. In Russia, people says the initial Lada was copied from old Fiat. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. The 2101, let's see. Let me see, Svetlana. It was, I don't know the model number. I really don't. Oh, yeah. It was that one. Ziguli? Kopeka? Ziguli? Yeah, the 2101 was the one I remember, and all the variants of that one, just all over the place. All over the place. Okay, Brad, or Bradley. Sorry, I shouldn't assume you want to be called Brad, as much as I don't like being called Spence. But yeah, I can paint. I can paint and talk. Maybe do like a multiple session video or something. That'd be fun. It would be fun. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm trying to keep these to an hour lately. I appreciate you hanging the whole time. That's actually, that means a lot. Time is precious. There's not a lot of it. So I appreciate that. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Abdul. Alright, quick review. This is our last sketch today that I did. I'm debating if I want to throw a shadow here, but I don't think I'm going to. Not on this one. I'll sign it though. So that was our last sketch. This is our second sketch here. I'll sign this one as well. Our motorcycle. This one is all pen and marker. And then just a quick warm-up Blade Runner-esque cyberpunk something. So there you go. Those are our 3 sketches today. Alright. Thanks for joining. I'll be back tomorrow and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. It's been a pleasure. As always, hit subscribe, turn on alerts, because you don't want to miss the opportunity to participate or to hate. If you want to become a subscriber, patreon.com/sketchaday, or sorry, supporter on Patreon. I'll be providing some more behind-the-scenes updates to you guys, give you a sneak peek of my website, some of the lamps I was working on, and the photography there as well. Or, if you want, check out the store at sketchaday.com, and you can find brushes and resources there to help you out. Alright, thanks again. Happy Sunday, or Monday, whenever it is, and I'll see you next time right here on Sketchaday. Peace and love.